Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your cleaning business to 6 figures and beyond. Pow! So for those of you that are just really wanting to do office cleaning, that means you want to do those beautiful Class A buildings. And you know that is one of the number one requests that I get. How do I get office contracts? I don't want to do warehouses. I don't want to do daycares. I don't want to do anything but offices. Offices are the number one requested on how to get contracts. And also, it is the most competitive. So I'm going to give you a couple of things that you can do to give you an edge when it comes to cleaning offices. Now, I personally love doing warehouses and post-construction and daycares. Why? Because it wasn't as competitive. The decision maker was normally in that location. And they paid really well. They required usually 8 times, like maybe 8 hours, 2 or 3 people. So I was able to hire more full-time employees. But for those of you that want to do that 6 to 9 or 6 to 10, do more part-time, you're working a full-time job, you want this to be your business, but you want to do it yourself, or you feel that it's easier to get regular employees to do that type of cleaning than warehouses or daycares or day porter, which is normally done during the day. I get it. So let me give you a couple of pointers to make that happen. Ready? Let's go. First of all, the number one thing that I focused on when I was looking at getting and winning contracts in offices was IOQ or IAQ, indoor air quality. IAQ, indoor air quality. That's what you want to focus on. That was one of the things that is always on the minds of the employees and the facility management that are there, or the property management. So some of the things you can really focus on is on the IAQ, indoor air quality. Indoor air quality is a big one. It really has a lot to do with asthma. I've touched on that before when it comes to the air quality. It's a big one when you can actually tell your potential customer what you're going to do. First, tell them what it is, educate them. Then it's not all of what we can do. It's kind of like if their vents are dirty, it's not going to work as well as if they weren't. But there are things we can do as a professional cleaning company that's going to reduce it, just in case they either don't know or don't want to go the further step and make sure that 100% of everything is going to make the air quality better, but we can do our part. So the first thing we can do is make sure we use HEPA, H-E-P-A. And I'm going to tell you what HEPA stands for because I can never remember. High efficiency particle air. So HEPA filters in your vacs and microfiber always works well. Now HEPA filters, if you use those correctly, they are 99.97% effective in removing dust. Dust is the number one cause of a lot of allergens and a lot of problems when it is involving air quality. IAQ, indoor air quality. That is one of the biggest things to keep and control the dust. So as a professional cleaning company, we can make sure we use HEPA filters. We can make sure that we use our microfiber cloths. Damp them a little bit because damp is going to track and it's going to kind of like control more of the dust. It's going to keep it on the cloth. So you might want to dampen it. And you don't want it wet, but you do want to dampen the microfiber cloth. That's going to attract it and keep it trapped into the cloth as well. The other thing I want you to look at doing, like number 3, is you really want to make sure that you don't mix any of the chemicals. Like say there's a residue left on a counter and then you come in and you mix that, it can cause what they call toxic dust. This is a big one that goes into the air and really has a lot to do with the air quality. Now, you cannot yourself just look and understand what the air quality is. You can actually go to the OSHA, and OSHA has an amount of what they consider acceptable dust and acceptable air quality. Now, we had all of that. We had this little air monitor that we use. It was an indoor air quality monitor that we use. You can purchase those probably at Home Depot. We use that as a marketing tool. So we would go in and it would read the current air quality. And then we would do the things I'm telling you to reduce all the allergens, not 100%, but we could control what we can control. Remember, we talked about the ventilation and all that. That's out of our area of control, but at least we can improve it a great deal. So you want to show the before, and then you want to show the after. Now, all of this matters if you're looking at doing office cleaning because it's very competitive. You can't go in there just saying you have background checked employees only and that you do really, really great cleaning. Everyone's saying that. It's very, very, very competitive in office cleaning. So you want to have an in. You want something that they can understand. You want to tell them what you can do, what the results are going to be, and how you're going to be able to measure and show them what the results are. So that's why that air quality monitoring before, doing the different things I mentioned with the microfilter, HEPA filter, trapping the dust, and then also showing them the results after. Trust me, it won't take long for you to demonstrate that and then tell them how you're going to reduce the air, let them know what the effects are and how you're going to solve that. You will be realizing how many contracts you're going to get in the office area. Like I said, I'm more on the warehouse, daycares, all of that. I did do offices, but I really know my bread and butter, and everyone has to know what their bread and butter is, was definitely that type of cleaning. But I understand, I get it. A lot of you want to just do offices. It's nice, they're pretty, usually get law offices and pretty Class A buildings. They pay pretty well, but it is competitive. The other thing you can do, one last thing I'm going to give you, is you want to look at dust mopping versus vacuuming. Dust mopping may stir up a little bit more dust unless you have the right, tools, the right spray when you're dust mopping, as opposed to just vacuuming the floors before doing a wet mop, because you can trap more of the particles, the dust particles. Dust, trust me, is really, really big. It is one of the big causes of the asthma or effects of asthma. It kind of affects the asthma. It doesn't cause asthma, but it definitely can affect it. But it does cause a lot of allergens and sinus issues, or definitely helps to increase the effects of those. So if you're just gung-ho on doing offices, you want those large, pretty Class A buildings, just know you have to go in with a great elevator pitch and you have to stand out. You cannot sound like everyone else, especially when you're looking at doing that. Now, these are a couple of places you want to check that are really great with giving you a go for offices. Those are large property management companies: Gray Star Real Estate, Lincoln Property, and Crushman and Wakefield. Those are the main three, the largest national ones. Give them a call, see if you can be a vendor. Let them know what you're looking at doing to reduce all the dust and all that in the air and increase the indoor air quality, IAQ. That's what you want to focus on. Implement those and you should be able to see a difference. Now, if you want to learn more, guess what? You can sign up for my free masterclass, whether it's government or if it's commercial. Every Wednesday, sign up. Space is limited, but if you want to actually get to what we call our black belt system, all about 6 figures and beyond, and I'm talking 10K to 20K and beyond, then make sure you do that. Look forward to seeing you, and until the next video, be safe and take care. Bye-bye.